All right, what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? This is Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays, here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Before I get started, if you could, please hit the like button, subscribe button, notification button, and stay up to date with all of my Teachable Tuesday videos. And before I get started, first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody who has been checking out the videos lately, all the shorts, all that good stuff. We've gotten a lot of new subscribers on this channel. So to all my new subscribers, welcome. I hope you appreciate the content that's being put forth. I know it's been a lot of skate content, but on this channel, we do a lot of motivational content as well. So be sure to check out all the other videos if that tickles your fancy. And before we get started in today's lesson, I just want to give you guys an update of what's going on with the Skate Life Series 2.0. We are slowly but surely coming to the close of it. In fact, this is the final week as of you seeing this video. So we have 3 big videos coming up. This is going to be the first of 3 where we're going to do a skate Q&A. There's going to be a skate advice video coming out this Thursday. And then I'm going to release the skate vlog for night 5. The final vlog that I recorded of the International Skate World Series 4. All right, so I hope you guys have been enjoying these videos. I just want to let you guys know that the skate content is not going to stop. I will still put videos out here and there. It's just the series in itself will be over. But I still have some videos here and there that I'll do. I have about 1 or 2 more vlogs that I want to work on after this series is officially done. And by the way, you guys seem to really like the vlogs. So with that being said, if you want to see more vlogs, leave a comment below or reach out to me on Instagram, ACTRealMC. Let me know. I'll definitely post more. But without further ado, I'm not going to delay this video any longer. I got a couple of questions from my peoples over at IG. By the way, I also will release community posts, so make sure you check them out. Make sure you, or should I say your notification button is on, so that way you stay up to date, not just with the videos, but any community posts that I make, so you can be invited into the conversation. But here we go. So first question, are adult sessions 18 and over or 21 and over? My response to that is it depends. I know down here in Orlando, our sessions, adult nights wise, are 18 and over. Of course, for those venues that allow drinking, it's 21 and over if you choose to partake in an alcoholic beverage. But for the most part, it's been 18 and over down here. I have seen some places in other states where it was 21 and over. It just depends. Now, why is it 18 versus 21? A lot of it could be with the maturity level. You got to think about it. 18-year-olds, for the most part, are either still in high school or fresh out of high school, and the maturity level might not be as there as a 21-year-old, so therefore they might feel the need to put 21 and over in some cases. It really just depends. Every circumstance is different. I've never been to a 21 and over adult session. It's always been 18 and over, or we riding out with the kiddies, right? Second question, how do I convince my friends to come out and skate? Simple, just let them know, hey, let's go skating, right? Post, if you have social media, post, yourself skating and having fun with, other skaters, even by yourself, right? The thing about it is, at the end of the day, it's going to be up to them if they want to, go skating with you or not. Some people might be like, yeah, let's check it out. Let's have some fun. Others might be very reserved and be like, nah, that ain't really for me. Not really a fan of skating. So all thing you can do is really just talk to them, try to convince them. Don't keep pressing the issue. If they choose to go out with you, go out. If not, then, hey, it is what it is. You just keep it moving and you go from there. You know what I'm saying? Next question. Advice for national skate parties. Now, this was a very general question. Not really sure exactly how to answer this, but I guess I'll answer it the best way I can. So, I guess if any advice for national skate parties, I have a couple of things. Number 1, get there early. Okay, if you're attending a national skate party, get there early, especially if you're not familiar with the area. The reason why I say get there early is because national skate parties tend to be crowded. Give you a prime example. International Skate World Series, right? The skate party I just went to, which is right here in Orlando. Even though I live here, I still got there early. And the reason being is because I wanted to find good parking. And not to mention I have an advantage since I live here and I know the parking spot that I like. So I was able to get a good parking spot every single night. All 5 nights I was there. So my main thing with you is if you're going to a skate party, if you don't want to be parking off in a ditch or somewhere random or whatever, yeah, get there nice and early. I know sometimes we like to operate on CP time, but in my personal opinion, especially if you've never been to that party before, that ain't the time to be operating on CP time. Give yourself plenty of time to get there, get situated, get in the door, especially if it's a skate party where it's going to be really, really crowded and you are the type of person where you're still learning how to maneuver through skate crowds and whatnot. Yeah, get there early so that way you can get a good parking spot and you can also get your skating in before it gets too crowded and it gets a little bit harder to maneuver. But of course, that's one of the things that you learn to deal with as you better yourself as a skater. Prime example, I went to all black skate weekend in Maryland last year. November was my first out-of-state skate party, which I don't fully count as out-of-state party because I'm from the state of Maryland. I'm from Baltimore. But still, you know what I'm saying? And I remember I got there at like an hour and a half later because my little brother and sister had their birthday party and I went home and I chilled with them for a little bit before I went to the skate party. And even though I was well familiar with the area because my parents literally live not even 10 minutes down the road from, what's the skate rink called? Dang, I can't even think of the name of the skating rink, but it's in Hanover, Maryland. I had to park pretty much close to a ditch. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, man, let me not mess my stepmother's car. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, like, get there in enough time so you can get a park spot and, get some time to skate. Anyways, that would be one piece of advice. I guess my last piece of advice to not drag this on for national skate parties is network. You know what I'm saying? You'll see different people on social media. If you end up meeting them in person, talk to them. Don't be afraid to say, hey, what's up? I've had people that have literally came up to me. Like they came up to me all Black Weekend and was like, yo, I know you don't know me personally, but I see your stuff on Instagram. I wanted to introduce myself. And we got to talking and we networked and it was really, really cool. You know what I'm saying? I also met some people that I had never seen on social media before. We exchanged social medias and some people we even exchanged numbers. So you just never know the cool people that you'll meet and the skate connections that you'll get. So don't be afraid to step out there and talk to people. Do you ever try to avoid people at the rink? I met some men who are creeps. Yeah, when I saw this question, I said, yikes. Fellas, don't be a creep, okay? Ladies, you too, don't be a creep. No, I've never met people that I wanted to avoid at the rink. The reason being is because if I ever have any issues with a particular person, I try to talk to them head on and let them know what the deal is, and typically we squash it. You know what I'm saying? It's no hard feelings. I know there was one point in time where there was a woman that I was interested in. This was like a long time ago, and we were supposed to go out on a date. Funny enough, she pretty much, for some random reason, decided to cancel at the last minute and hit me off with the friend zone. Hey, I think we should just be friends instead. And I didn't know where the heck that came from. So I was like, all right, cool. But no hard feelings. And I kept it cordial at the rink. Did I have long conversations where afterwards? No, because I was friend zoned. I'm not going to, no, not when I'm interested in you. But it was no hard feelings and I just kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? So I don't go avoiding people at the rink. I don't think there's no reason to. Even if you have an issue with somebody at the rink, I say just do your best to resolve that issue and then just move it forward, because the rink is like my sacred place and I want to enjoy my time there and things of that sort of nature. So, keep it as such. Can I use my indoor wheels outside? Can you? Yes. Should you? No. And I'll explain why briefly. And I'll go into more details in another video about this because this is a subject within itself. The reason why you don't want to use your indoor wheels outside, and I learned this the hard way back in 2020, is because your indoor wheels are designed for indoor rinks. They're designed for a certain material, right? They're designed for wood material. You can also use your indoor wheels at like hockey rinks. Like, for example, there's a rink here in Orlando, even though it's an outdoor rink, it's called Barber Park. You can use your indoor wheels and you'll be fine. But you got to understand, indoor wheels are suited for well, let me rephrase that. Because both wheels can be used for hard surfaces, but indoor wheels are more so used for wood surfaces for the most part. Outdoor wheels, because they have a softer material, they're kind of like a little more jelly-like compared to indoor wheels, are used for concrete surfaces. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you see most skaters skating outside, it's 9 times out of 10, they're using outdoor wheels. What happens is if you use indoor wheels outside, you can mess your bearings up because you're putting too much force into it. It's too much traction to try to force your way around. And not only that, but you won't be able to pivot properly and so on and so forth. And I learned that the hard way because I messed up my bearings in 2020. I took them to someone at Astro, and she was able to tell immediately that I used my wheels outside. So you want to be very careful with that. You know what I'm saying? If you use your outdoor wheels inside, you won't mess your bearings up, but it'll be very hard to push because you're pushing softer wheels on wood, and that's not what it was designed for. I will say this as a little bit of a bonus. Hybrid wheels are very good wheels to use if you want to use indoor and outdoor wheels. And it also depends on the style of skating as well, which I'll get into in another video within itself. Before I started doing Cleveland style, I was using hybrid wheels oftentimes because, number one, I was too lazy to change my wheels. And number two, my wheels would light up, so I thought they were really cool. I ended up giving those wheels to a really good friend of mine. But I actually want to get some more because I like the, the visual effects of it. While I won't use them in the rink anymore because of my style, I'll definitely use them outside because I do love to skate outside. What is the first skating style you wanted to learn? Speaking of skating styles, the first skating style I wanted to learn was JB. I've always had a fascination of JB. I thought it was really cool. I think it's one of the smoothest styles, if not the smoothest style out there, if I'm being completely honest. I love to see people do JB, especially at our rink. I think we have some people that be killing JB big time. I mean, it's so many people I can name. Shout out to Paige, shout out to Charles, shout out to Chef. And that's just very, very few compared to many others in our skate community who really just be killing it on the JB tip. You know what I'm saying? I tried to get into it for a little bit. And I was learning the basics. And then Cleveland freestyle came along, or Cleveland style, I should say. And that just completely took over everything. I was like, nope, I'm leaving JB where it's at. I'm moving over here. Now, will I get back to JB at some point? Most definitely, because that was my first love in terms of styles. But, for right now, I'm very happy and satisfied with where I'm at. And I say NY/NJ was definitely a close second as far as styles, because I started kind of getting into a little bit of NY/NJ. I still be doing a little bit of NY/NJ from time to time as well. Last question. I think it's the last question. Yep. I see random videos of fast skaters screaming outside. What does that mean? So when you hear some people saying outside, outside, and they're on the outside, that means you are skating too slow in the fast lane. I just made a video about this with beginner skaters and where they should be when it comes to skating. If you're a beginner skater, or if you are even an intermediate or advanced skater, you want to be mindful of the outside lane. So if somebody's making those like, whoa, or outside, outside, move out the way, outside, it's because they're going fast and they're trying to alert you. So that way they don't hit you, you don't hit them, there's no accidents, right? Because as I always say, skating is a what? It's a sport, right? Roller skating, ice skating, skateboarding, whatever. And when you're roller skating at a rink and somebody's on that outside and they're going fast, if you're not careful, a collision can happen and somebody can seriously get hurt. So we want to avoid those type of injuries. So, when you hear outside, outside, that basically means you are too close and you need to go ahead and move your behind a little closer to the inside, so that way no casualties happen in terms of injuries. I don't know why I say casualties. Injuries. That didn't make sense. Whatever. Anyways, so those are all the skate questions that I received. I want to say thank you to everyone. I really appreciate it. This is really bothering me because my phone literally moved out the way and now it's not centered. Sorry, I'm being nitpicky right now. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Comment below if you guys have any other questions, and maybe I'll do a part 2 in the future. Or slide in my DMs on Instagram, ACT Real MC. You can ask for some questions there. I don't mind at all. But anyways, like I said before, skate advice video is coming out on Thursday. And man, may I say that a lot of you guys, especially on IG, gave some really good pieces of advice. I appreciate every single one of y'all. And I hope this helps out skaters. But without further ado, let's go ahead and end this video. This is Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays, here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Until next time, y'all, take care of yourselves. Much love, and see you soon.